Welcome to the day 20 of learning Unreal Engine. In this video, we are going to learn how you can create fire with the help of Niagara Fluids in Unreal Engine. So if you are beginner also, you can follow along with this video and you will get some really good results with Niagara Fluids and fire effects. This is just a revamp of my previous Niagara Fluids videos. That playlist was really good. So I am just updating it for 5.6. So let's start now. We are going to use this model to burn the car. Basically, this is a mesh that I have taken, but you can take any mesh that you want for this. So let's just start with that. So first of all, just go to edit, plugins, and make sure that Niagara Fluid is loaded in your scene. So just make sure Niagara Fluid and Niagara sim caching is turned on, because in next video I'm going to show you how you can cache your sim, Niagara sim. So just stay tuned for that as well. Now let's just close this and let's just create a new system here. So let's just right click and create a Niagara system. I'm going to start with a minimal system. So let's just type minimal and let's just create this and let's just name this to fire car. Okay, and let's just double click and open this out. So as you guys can see, this is how it is looking right now. Okay, so what you can do, you can delete this as well and edit again if you want. Just go to emitter and let's just type minimal here and you will find it. Let's just rename this. So let's just double click it here. Okay, and let's just name this to fire car. Okay, so let's just add our particles first. So let's just go to emitter update and let's just add a spawn rate. Let's just click on this and now you can see we are having this spawn rate of 1. So let's just increase this to, let's say, 200. So you can see all the particles are born per second on the same place. So don't worry, right now we need to add our mesh as well. So this is named abundant underscore junk underscore car. So just remember this. Let's just go to initialize particles. Now, if you are new to particle system of Niagara, you can check out my previous videos where I have covered the basics of Niagara system and how it works. So this is just a quick overview of it. Lifetime basically decides how many seconds this is going to last the particle. So if you reduce it to, let's say, 3, you can see the lifetime is reduced to 3 years. So after 3 seconds, the particles are going to die. If you want 1, you can do 1 as well. Okay, and if you want to go for 5, you can do 5 as well. By default, the value is set to 1. Okay, let's just go to sprite size as well. I don't want this big particles, so let's just reduce this to around 2. So now you can see our particles are really small here. So if I zoom, you can see here. Now what I want to add this particles to my mesh here. So for that, you need to go to your particle update here. Okay, in your particle spawn and just type static mesh location. So as soon as you do it, you will find this error that object has warning. So basically we need to attach the mesh here. So just click on this preview mesh and just type your mesh name. In my case, it is abundant junk car. And as soon as I do it, it will show that it is having a CPU, but we want to use the GPU. So just click on fix now. And now if I zoom out, you can see we are spawning our particles here on the car. So let's just make this darker as well. So let's just click here and I'm going to make sure here. Okay, sorry, it's somewhere over here. Yeah, here it is. And just make sure that we have this green ambient and just make sure that background is turned off, or gray wireframe also you can take. So you can see we have this gray wireframe and we don't want grade here. And if you want a background color, you can go to preview scene settings here and just make sure that there is a environment color which is around something like this. Okay, so now you can see our particles are born here, something like this. The particles are born. So now what I want again to close this out. And now what I want to add smoke to this particles. But before doing that, let's just save this out. And let's just apply this particle to our scene so we can see how it is looking. So let's just drag and drop this fire car and just copy this location. So right click and copy and paste the location in the fire car. So the particles are born exact on that stuff. So you can see here as well. So if I click, let's just tweak some lighting as well. So what I'm going to do, I am going to just make sure that I don't have this plane here. let's just create a new plane. So let's just go to our basic our shapes, and let's just add a plane here. Let's just rescale this out. Okay, let's just go for 10 maybe. Okay, yeah, this is looking good. And let's just move this side here. Okay, something like this, so you can see the result here. Okay, and let's just do some lighting as well. Right now my gizmos are for some reason hidden. I don't know why. This is a bug that I am facing constantly, but let's just delete our light as well. Okay, and let's just add a spotlight. So let's just go to light and let's just add a spotlight. Let's just set this to movable, and let's just move this out. Okay, so let's just move it upwards, something like this. Okay, let's just increase the attenuation radius, or maybe decrease it, something like this. We can just make sure that our plane is bigger, like a big plane. So now you can see the result here. Okay, let's just hide the grid as well. So let's just go here and let's just hide the grid here as well. So now you can see our particles are being born here. And if we want, we can also move our plane upward. Okay, something like this as well. Okay, and what we can do, we can just make sure that shadow of volumetrics is also turned on. So here you need to make sure that cast volumetric shadow is also turned on. Okay, so this is looking nice. Let's just go to our intensity and let's just increase it somewhere around like this. Okay, so now you can see the result here. Let's just increase the particles as well. So let's just go to spawn rate and let's just do maybe 1200. Okay, and you can see the count here. Let's just increase this to maybe 5000. Okay, depending on your GPU, you can take it, and now you can see we can clearly see our shape here as well. And if you want, you can just parent this with your abandoned junk car. So whenever you move this, you can see this as well. Okay, so this is looking nice. Let's just save this out and let's just do file save all. So our scene is saved. Now we need to add a fluid here, a fluid source attribute, so we can attach it to our smoke and basically fire. So let's just click here on our particle update, type here fluid, set fluid source attribute, and now you can see we have this density of 1 and temperature of 1. Okay, don't worry, we are going to tweak this as well. Now let's just click on add emitter and type here master and add a grid 3D master emitter. Okay, so just click on add and it runs on GPU. Niagara Fluids basically runs on GPU. So I'm going to go to properties and make sure that this is a GPU compute sim and this is set to fixed. Okay, and here I'm going to go here and just make sure that this is set to interpolation, and again GPU compute sim and fixed here as well. Okay, so now you can see we have the bounds to programmable as well and to dynamic as well. Okay, so you can see this is basically fixed as well. So you can see our bounds are now fixed here. Okay, so you can do that as well. If it is on programmable, you can do that as well. So now if I click on play, sorry, it's going backwards for some weird reason. Okay, I am going to go forward, and if I zoom out here, you can clearly see how this is looking. Okay, so you can say these are the bounds here. So you can make this smaller, but before doing that, what I'm going to do, I'm going to replace this sphere which is emitting smoke with our emitter. So just go to source, make sure that your sphere is disabled here. Just turn on your particle source type to emitter. So here you can see our name is fire car. So here just type fire and you will find a fire car here. And now if I click on play again, now you can see we are emitting smoke from this. Okay, but not that much smoke is emitted here. Okay, so let's just go backwards. Let's just save this scene out, and again I'm going to do fixed here as well. Okay, and then I'm going to click on play, and now you can see the result here. Okay, now you can see the smoke is really going high here. I don't want that. Okay, what I want that I don't need smoke, and if the smoke is there, I don't need this much smoke. Okay, so you need to go to simulation and just make sure that you don't have density here. And as soon as I do it, you can see we still have density, but this is basically our temperature. So in order to see the fire here, what you need to do, you need to play with the values. go to your render and make sure that render temperature is set to cow or black body. Okay, so if I set this to black body, now you can see we have this too much smoke which is going upwards. Okay, if I save it here and if I go here, you can see right now it's on, literally on fire. Okay, we don't want this, and the particle size are also really big, so we are going to also work on that. But before doing that, let's just add a post process as well. So let's just go to our visual effects. Let's just add a post process volume. Make sure that infinite mount is turned on. Okay, and let's just make sure that we are using exposure metering one. Okay, and let's just make sure that minimum and maximum EV is set to 1 by 1. And here we are going to go here in our bloom. Okay, and I'm going to switch this to convolution, and you can see the result, or maybe you can make it to standard, and let's just reduce this to 0.1. Okay, but right now you can see the smoke is really big, the fire is really big. So what we can do, we can go to fire. Okay, let's just go to our first frame. Okay, and you can see the preview here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take this outwards. Okay, so let's just do something like this here. So you can see the result here as well in the live system. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to make this bigger. Okay, something like this. So we can see all the parameters here. So let's just go to set fluid source attribute and let's just reduce the temperature. So first of all, I don't want density, so I'm going to do 0. So now we only have fire. So let's just now decrease it to maybe 0.2. And now you can see we don't have that much intensified fire. So let's just reduce this to 0.02 and let's just see the result. And now you can see this is looking really good. See guys. So now you can see the particles are also white. So we are seeing the particles. So just make sure that you turn off the sprite render. And as soon as you do it, you can see the result here as well. This is looking really good. Okay, I'm liking the result here. I'm just going to make sure that my post process volume maybe can be hidden somewhere over there. So let's just press the G key. And now you can see the result here. Okay. Now what we can do, we can just make sure that radius is not too big. So let's just randomize this radius. So right now you can see 0 and 1. By default it was 10 if you remember. So let's just do 5 and 8. So now you can see this is looking really good. See. So we can maybe increase this to 6 and 8. And now you can see the result. Okay. So yeah, let's just do this here. And let's just go to our grid master emitter. Here I'm going to do some settings as well. So let's just go to source and here you will find a temperature scale. So what you can do, you can play with this. So if I do 25, let's say, you can see our fire is now much hotter here. So if I do maybe 48 or 40, you can see our fire is now much colder. Okay, much warmer. Okay, much yellowish. So you can tweak it much more as well. Go to render. Okay, and here if you go to your black body, you can play with the range as well. So if I do 0.5, you can see the result here. Okay, this is getting updated. So let's just maybe do 0.8 and you can see the result here. You can do this to 0.2. Okay, and you can see this is looking really good here. Okay, so maybe 0.1. Yeah, this is nice. And you can see we have this temperature color gain. So if I do it to 2, you can see our colors are getting intensified, and if I do 0.1, you can see the result. Okay, so I think maybe 0.3 is a good value for this fire. Yeah, this is looking much better. So let's just save this out. Okay, and we can increase the quality now. So let's just go to our grid here, grid master emitter, and let's just go to our simulation tab and let's just increase this from 200 to maybe 300. Yeah, this is looking beautiful, guys. And now what I can do, I can definitely play with our dissipation rate of temperature. So if I scroll here, you can see we have this dissipation rate temperature. So if I do 2, now you can see we don't have that much intensified fire. Okay, but I want some randomness. So what I can do, I can go to forces here and let's just increase the vorticity here. So if I do 10, you can see we are getting this randomness now. Okay, so maybe 5, depending on your scene, you can tweak the value. Maybe, yeah, 5 is looking good. But what I need to do, I need to also add a turbulence. So let's just add a turbulence here as well. Okay, and you can see here the result. So if I do a turbulence gain of maybe 100, you can take this value to a much higher values here as well, maybe 150. You can see the result here. Okay, this is looking really good. Let's just increase the speed to 0.3 as well. Okay, yeah, this feels good. And now you can see the result here. So let's just go to our, if you go downward, you can add the wind as well. So let's say if I want to blow it in this direction, you can see right now it's going in X direction. Okay, if I increase this and if I increase the wing magnitude, so it is going to get multiplied by this. So if I do here maybe let's say 5, so now you can see the result here. Okay, you can see this is looking really good. And we can add a wing magnitude of maybe 10 as well. So now you can see the wind magnitude, sorry. So you can see this is looking really good here as well. Okay, the scar burning effect is looking really nice. So maybe let's just decrease it to 6. Okay, as per your reference, you can tweak these values. And one more thing I'm going to do, I am going to go here into my particle systems, maybe initialize particles, and let's just let's just increase some maybe particles. Let's just do 10,000. Yeah, this is much better here. Okay, and one more thing, I can also increase the resolution. Depending on your GPU, you will get a error if you are not that having that much good GPU. So just keep saving this out. Okay, and now let's just go to simulation. Let's just add this to maybe 400. Yeah, this is looking better, much better. See, so you can see guys, this is looking really good and your car is literally on fire. Okay, and if you want that, you don't want this much big particles, now again you need to go to your fluid and play with this. So if I do maybe 5 and 7, you can see the result here as well. And again you can increase the spawn rate, you can take it up to 20,000 as well, and now you can see the result. See guys, so this is looking really good here. Okay, you can now apply a material as well. So let's just apply a material quickly. Let's just go to our fab. Let's just apply a ground material. So right now my net is not working. So what I can do, I can just select this plane here and let's just edit this material here. Okay, so you can see I have this basic shape material. I'm going to just make this darker here. Okay, so now you can see the result. So I'm going to save this out. Okay, and now you can see this is looking really good and our car is really on fire now guys. Okay, so now you can play with the settings more if you want. So just open your fire car settings here. Okay, just make sure that you don't preview this like 2 times 3 times here, how this is going. Okay, just make sure that you pause this, go to your 0 frame and just work like this, because it's much faster like this. Okay, and if you are getting bounds, draw bounds, just go here in your grid and like a red box, just make sure that you turn this draw bounds to off. Okay, so you will not see that basically red box. I am not getting that red box for some weird reason, but you will also not get. And if you find that your collision is not that great, just increase this collision strength. Okay, so you can see now this is looking much better. And yeah, this is looking nice. And in the next lecture, what we will do, we will add some particles as well, which are going from this car. We are going to cache this out as well with some high resolution as well. You can do that as well. Okay, and if you want to add some smoke, you can do that as well, definitely. So if I go to density now, okay, you can see we are not getting that much smoke, but I know that once I activate the smoke in the fluid attribute, it is going to be there. So let's just dissipate it faster. Let's just go to fluid source and let's just go to our density. Let's just do maybe 0.03. And now you can see we have the smoke as well. Okay, so how I know? Because the lighting is not that much great. So if I increase my lighting here, you can see we have the smoke here. Okay, so let's just decrease our or increase our lighting a lot more. Let's just go to 1000. Now you can see the smoke as well. See guys. Okay, and now what you can do, you can also maybe add a point light, so it will act like a light source of the fire. So just do it something like this, and make sure that you have this temperature to somewhere around like this, okay, downwards, something like this, and make sure that your attenuation radius is not that much big, so you can see the result here as well. And now you can see we are getting this, okay. And just make sure that your volumetric shadow is also turned on for this as well, okay. Cast volumetric shadows, this is looking nice. And now what I can do, I can go to my spotlight and reduce this much lower, like 400. Yeah, this is looking nice. And let's just do a color temperature as well for this. So now you can see the result if I press the G key. See guys, so this is how you can quickly create some fire and smoke effect. It can be a large scale, it can be a small scale like a campfire, it can be like lots of object. I have taught this as well, but I have just revamped it because some subscribers asked to update Niagara Fluids with 5.6, so I have done that. I hope you guys enjoy this video. And now if you want to play with the fire color and all that stuff, I am going to show you in the next video as well. So I will see you in the next video where I'm going to cover a lot more the particles which are coming out of the fire and all that stuff. So stay tuned for that as well. I hope you guys enjoy this video on Niagara Fluids. If you like this video, please press that like button, share it with your friends who wants to learn Unreal Engine, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't done it. I will see you next time. Till then, bye bye guys, take care.